But yeah, it's gonna be a thing. What do you think?
I'm definitely checking it out.
I'm definitely checking it
Definitely.
out. Foo, are you gonna pay attention
to
when this is on?
to the Growly?
Yes, to the Growly.
He's talking about the podcast.
Wait, to our podcast?
Son of a bitch,
Dude, you lost me at
I lost you at
some
the Foo Bar Show
with Josie and the Foo.
Yeah, I think that's where I lost you. You son of a bitch.
I mean, cool, man. Music's on HBO. Yada yada yada.
Fuck. Grade A, guys.
Get out of here, you goddamn jackass.
Well, that's all I really had for for the showbiz. Do you have anything interesting that I can shit on, man?
Yeah, actually I do.
That deals with show business?
No.
Oh,
No,
okay.
show business.
Well, that's the end of that. The last thing that we had on tap today was the joint report. You ready for this shit?
Well, Foo, real quick before
Oh.
we get into that,
Okay.
I just had a quick question. How fast should fast food be? It's not a joke. I'm like really want your opinion.
It's not.
It's not.
How
Like,
fast should it be?
Yeah,
Well-
like how long after you pay should they bring the food out?
Well, back in my high school days when I used to work at good old Jack in the Box, I think we were expected to from when they ordered the order to when they got it, it was like 3.5 to 5 minutes. That was the expectation.
Because today I stopped by some fast food restaurant,
Mm-hmm.
and I literally paid, and as they were handing back my card, I could see they had everything ready already, and no one is in front of me either. So it just
that shit was under lamps.
that made me curious. It still tasted really warm though, so yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I was just thinking about like how McDonald's used to do it back in like the 50s and the 60s. Like, you know how they would like shit it out real quick when they first started? It made me curious, like, isn't it supposed to kind of be like that? But like you said, it was probably under the lamps, which made me a little...
Mm-hmm.
Like, it kind of depends. So you got to think about the bread is probably the thing that would take the longest to make if you're making it fresh. If you're thinking about making everything fresh, like, you got to wait a while for bread. The meat, the meat, you could be thought it could be cooked pretty quickly, actually. Meat can be cooked pretty fast. But if you're having, let's say, a salad with some ground beef on it, with cooked mushrooms, carrots, you're probably looking at fast food that is extremely healthy.
By the way, literally no fast food place ever would sell such a healthy salad.
No, they would not. But that could be fast.
Like
that would be very fast. So
I saw something interesting that said the kale and spinach salad at McDonald's had more calories than a Big Mac.
No way. Was it because of the dressing or
sauce?
something?
Yeah.
I don't
Probably.
know. I don't want to buy it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
McDonald's is so good though. Hashtag not sponsored.
You like McDonald's, huh?
I'm gonna just
He's
tell you
a
right
fan,
now.
man.
I
He's a
fucking
fan.
love McDonald's.
Meh.
I don't have I guess I don't have any quarrels with McDonald's. I don't have any testimony that says I got fat because of you motherfuckers because I don't have self-control.
No.
But I will say
But you don't though.
No, well I okay, they're good. They're good. They're not good for you.
It's good.
But
It's good for you.
their breakfast is out of this world, man.
It's good for not dying.
It's so signature. It's so like this is a McDonald's breakfast burger.
But
Or
I feel like I've gotten
McMuffin.
more sick way more times eating at McDonald's than any other establishment.
You know, but before they started doing their all-day breakfast thing, whenever I would choose to go to McDonald's because I told myself I didn't have another choice. Bad mistake. Whenever like I would go in there with an empty stomach and get like a quarter pounder, the rest of the day was shot, dude. My stomach did not like me.
There was Have you seen that video, David, of where they pour
all day long.
They pour molten some type of steel over a Big Mac or a quarter pounder, and it's refusing to melt.
Jeez. Really?
Yeah, that's nuts, huh?
How would we digest it otherwise?
I'll try to find that video, and
Mhm.
we can share it
Mhm.
to everyone. So
They pour molten steel.
So they poured steel or a melted liquid, which is not cold, mind you, but like, you know, it'll fucking burn your hand off. They pour it over a quarter pounder, I believe, or a Big Mac, and all it does is it chars up a little bit. It doesn't disintegrate. It's still a burger, dude.
It must have been stale.
We'll never know, I guess.
Well, yeah, that's funny you say that
Stale
because
McDonald's.
I heard once,
Indestructible.
I heard once that it's the bread that because the bread has all the salts and the preservatives, and that's why when you just leave, when people say, "Oh, I left a fucking McDonald's hamburger on the windowsill," it lasted forever. I think it's because of the bread holding everything in.
It's the preservatives in the meat and the bread and everything.
Gross.
It's all designed to keep it from, going bad.
Yeah. Anyways, Foo.
It's still good though. McDonald's, I'm still coming back. I ain't going nowhere.
I think we all are. I don't think we've convinced anybody not to continue.
Thanks
going
to
to
alcohol,
McDonald's.
probably.
Well, I'll go to Jack in the Box for my munchie meals at the in the middle of the night. They know what the fuck they're doing. They know who their audience is.
They knew.
They know
Dude,
exactly.
you guys
who's
remember those
listening.
stoner commercials with the puppet Jack?
Yep.
Oh, dude, they knew exactly who was coming to buy their food.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, for sure. Foo,
See,
the joint report.
what about it?
You ready?
Go.
Are you on weed? Give me some. I'll smoke you two under the table.
Well, Foo, we still have the ever pushing back date of when we're gonna make some more edibles again, like we did in Colorado.
Ooh.
We'll try to do that soon. I mean, it's gonna take. It won't be too hard. We're just lazy. Also, I don't want the oven to smell like marijuana.
The whole house is gonna smell like marijuana.
Yeah, so there you go. So we'll do that.
So
soon.
David, we'll let's talk about it. That shit was insane. So for my bachelor party, we all went to Denver because they have a bunch of crazy shit over there that
the
California
first,
hasn't
it's
developed.
the first legal like tourism type of fucking market for marijuana.
Yes.
So
we get there as soon as we get off the airplane and into our rental truck.
go downtown, rooftop bar, start partying, eating lunch. After we leave, head to a dispensary, and we're like, all right, guys, like let's go in together. And when we first got in, they're like, dude, we can't see all of you guys at the same time.
Dude, it was like they started panicking. They're
Yeah,
like,
'cause
all
they're
hands
like-
on deck, all hands
Yeah,
on
they were
deck.
like,
they
whoa.
see our group of what, like 8 guys?
9 total. I
9
think?
guys just show up.
Yeah, 8. Yeah.
They're like, all hands on deck. Like, we got some
they're-
Californians
They were
in here.
panicking, and then so we walk in, David. And then I was like, how much is an eighth? And they're like, oh, it's $25. I'm like, whoa, that's pretty cheap.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
good, dude.
And then I was like, how much is a quarter? And they're like, 40. And I was like, Jesus Christ, like, say no more.
So
I want a quarter of that. I want a quarter of that. I'm
I was
good.
thinking pounds. Jesus Christ.
Well,
yeah, dude.
mind you, I kind of remembered like, hey, it's my first day. Let me just get some sampler shit. So I'm pretty happy. I have to buy a piece there, which I'm not upset about. I know I was going to throw it away before we got back. I go to the car all happy. I was the last one to leave, by the way, because Josie's cousin here was like a kid in a candy store, dude.
This must be what.
Dude, he was asking for like, I want to smell this one and now this one.
Yeah.
We're having a great time.
Good
I
old
walk
Surge.
outside all fucking high chested, like, guys, I just got half a.
He's strutting around like he owns the place.
Yeah, I was like, I got half a ounce of weed for $80. Then this guy and my cousin are like, we got a full ounce for $120.
Yeah. When I overheard what the rates were for whatever the product they had, I'm like, here's $120. Give me all I can get with this. So we got so much weed, and the story's all leading to this point. We got so much weed. We
were struggling to
we were
smoke
starting
it
to
all
get rid of it.
before our 6-day trip ended.
We got there on a Thursday, correct?
No,
We got there on a Wednesday.
on a Tuesday.
We got there on a Tuesday. We had to leave Wednesday of the following week. It's Friday, and we're panicking on how we're gonna get rid of all this weed. That's how much weed we had at this fucking bachelor party. In
Mind
Denver.
you, we had scheduled tours. Tours? How do you say?
Tours.
Tours.
Yeah, tour.
Tours.
Tours.
I'm just kidding.
Tours.
We had some tours
You
scheduled.
fucking Yahoo.
Shut up. we had some tours scheduled to go actually participate in them taking us to places to go, try out marijuana and stuff. So it was a trip, man. We had so much left over. Long story short, I had to melt like 2 cups of butter with like 1.5 ounces of weed. And I left it on the counter. We went out for the evening. We came back. It turned into butter. The following morning, I made. I was about to say it again. The next morning, I ensued to make French toast with the butter. I used the butter as a base for hash browns. Was it hash browns, Foozy?
You made everything with that butter, man.
Also eggs with butter and the meat
French toast
with butter.
is the whole thing.
That's how I coated the pans too. So it was a full-on wheat breakfast. Our French toast was green. It was fucking dope, dude.
That's cool.
Food. Let me ask you something.
Yes. You.
Why do people say long story short? They're not making it short.
I know. Well, long story short. Yeah, it was epic, Dayvid. Long story short, we're gonna do it again. Yeah, so that'll be fun. Real quick, let's talk about this.
Long story short.
Let's talk about this little Golani joint we have here.
David impressed the shit out of me when he gave this to me yesterday. It comes in a tube. What is it called again, man?
Golani.
Golani.
A Golani roll.
It
is
smelled so good, too.
quote, premium blend of top shelf bud and wax dipped in hash oil, rolled in keef, rolled up. 30% sativa, 70% indica. SC Labs is the curator, and it's called a this one was called a Tootie Roll, strawberry flavor.
Hello there, children.
Yeah, it was dope using raw paper. Golani, hashtag Golani Rolls for Instagram, Snapchat, GolaniUSA.com. Check them out. It was really good.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Totally, man.
yeah.
Anything else, man?
That's all I got for the
Just the Denver story and this exquisite joint that we enjoyed earlier. That's why this whole podcast is probably all out of whack. You were kicking my mic. The Foo wasn't paying attention.
to what?
My blood pressure went up a few points.
Only a few though, right?
Jeez.
Something I want to kind of tease after
After
we end the segment, Foo. If you're done there.
I can be. Yeah. All right. Well, that's
Yeah.
the end of that, huh?
Smoke weed every day.
Next time I'm gonna try to have a video game gripe here. I'm pretty sure you'll be enthusiastic about, Dayvid.
Yeah.
Oh, content that
Long
gets
story short.
games that release and try to sell additional content, which you can tell is part of the original game. They're just trying to rape you for money.
Wait, explain.
I saw it on an ad today for Destiny 2, that they're like releasing their new expansion pack, and like my blood started to boil over because the first Destiny, when it came out, and by the way, I'll explain way more when we talk about it next time.
Mm-hmm.
I was almost going to say long story short. They released the game at full price, and then later in the year, they released subsequent DLC, which is really just locked parts of the game, and they charge you more for it. So they're fucking like trying to charge more than the standard price for a game. It's what happened with Destiny. It made me hate that franchise. I got Destiny 2, and I was like, they promised to change shit. They didn't change shit, dude. So I'm not a fan of Destiny anymore. But yeah, I think we should talk about that next time, Dayvid.
And for everybody listening, the gripe of what we have going on here is, imagine you're going out to get this delicious Big Mac meal. You sit down, take a bite of your Big Mac, take a sip of your Coke, and when you reach for the fries, it's just a hologram. And they say, hey, give us an extra $2 and you can have those fries. And it's like, well, I just paid. No. No more.
Right? You
Not
already
doing
paid,
this.
and they're like,
Give
oh,
us
by
our
the
game.
way, we want to pay you more,
Give us our food.
or you're not going to get your drink. It's like, what the fuck, dude? I just paid you guys.
Like no.
The old bait and switch, huh?
Yeah.
It's not so
not
much.
a bait and switch. It's a like, hey, fuck you. Can you give us more money now?
And it's what they give you initially. It's just not enough. It's like you expect Destiny 2 should have been exactly that from Destiny 1. A completely like new
style of game.
like just a lot more content in it that people can kind of dig their teeth into, but it really wasn't that. It was a lot more of the first game with a little few extras that kind of actually Destiny 2 is more of an appropriate expansion of Destiny 1 as opposed to
and they're releasing it as
stuff
two separate games, taking them 5 years to release several versions, which is all just really one fucking version, dude. It's infuriating. But yeah, we'll talk about that coming up soon. But actually, I wanted to ask you guys, is it cool if I end the podcast on a joke before we tap out here?
yeah.
Sure, man.
All right. Well, heard this great joke today. Hope everyone appreciates it. There's a Russian guy,
Love it
a
already.
Mexican guy,
Okay.
and a Texan guy.
One of those.
A guy from Texas.
Yeah.
They were sitting on the ledge, of a cliff, just kind of hanging out. The Russian guy was drinking vodka, the Mexican guy was drinking tequila, and then the Texan was drinking a beer.
Okay.
So halfway through his bottle, the Russian throws his beer down, and the other guys are like, "Dude, what